and welcome to another episode of MMOFTW here on MMORPG.com. I'm your host, Bill Murphy, and this is the week that was in MMO news. There is quite a lot to talk about, so we're actually going to wing it this week instead of going by the standard script that we've been doing the past few weeks, starting right off with some Black Desert Online news. I know the current cultural darling in MMO world has two brand new classes coming to the game on April 20th. That's this coming Wednesday. The Musa and the Maewha, which are the Blader and the Plum, as they're known in other regions. It's basically kind of like a samurai-esque characters, but they're based on Korean soldiers. Coming to the game, they're light armored melee fighters that really do a lot of damage and look pretty darn cool doing it, as you can see in the videos down below. And they'll be coming along just in a few days now, and we'll hopefully see some other updates, I think, as well. We'll get some live patch notes, I think, coming to us on Tuesday or Wednesday to see if there's more than just the two new classes added. So keep your eyes on the Black Desert Online website or MMORPG.com, and we'll have impressions of the characters, the new classes, as soon as they're playable. And moving on to more updates, we've got Star Wars The Old Republic news for you this week. BioWare has revealed that the release date of the next chapter in the ongoing story that is The Old Republic, Knights of the Fallen Empire, called Profit and Plunder. The next chapter unleashes the Outlander in an effort to turn the tide against the Eternal Empire. This one is coming to us, I think, on May 5th, so if you are following along with the SWTOR storyline of Knights of the Fallen Empire, you don't have too much longer. The most recent chapter just came out, and the next chapter comes out in just another, 3 weeks from now. So keep your eyes on our page, because I think Mike Bitton will be playing along with it and let you know what he thinks of the story. He just posted a review of the most recent chapter, and basically it shows that unless you are a Force user, you kind of get the short end of the stick with the narrative. So we'll see if they can improve things in forthcoming chapters, but my guess is it's going to wait until the next expansion before we really see some love given to the non-Force using classes. And in Riders of Icarus news, the next closed beta for Riders of Icarus, which is coming out via Nexon America, over here in the West, it's just called Icarus over in Korea, is going to begin on April 21st. A lot of changes have been made to the game, including the pacing, the combat, how early it is that you get mounts, how early it is you can turn them into combat pets and other kinds of pets, and how you can train them. The tutorial's been changed a little bit, so it'll be pretty interesting to see how the beta goes and whether or not there's going to be an NDA. I know there was an NDA with the most recent beta, the first beta, so we'll have to see if we can get in there and stream it for you and show you off some of the gameplay. I was in the previous closed beta, but that's all I can say right now. And next up on the list is, of course, Guild Wars 2 with their big spring update coming on April 19th. That's this coming Tuesday. It is supposed to be focused on streamlining a lot of the Heart of Thorns content so that it is less annoying for players who don't like running around with giant groups of players and just doing the events in that fashion. It's supposed to make it a more solo-friendly experience, sort of like the level 1 to 80 content is, and we should be getting some hands-on playtime with it, I hope, soon. At the very latest, it'll be Tuesday, and we'll let you know what we think. And last but not least, let's talk about Lord of the Rings Online, which is getting big update 18. Players will be able to travel through the epic storybooks 5 and 6, the Ride of the Rohirrim and the Battle of the Pelennor Fields. It also features an increased level cap, a new instance cluster called the Battle of Pelennor Fields, and new featured instances. There's a new PvMP performance override option on the graphics page, which option will be turned on by default, and with it set, entering monster play areas will automatically set various advanced graphics and UI options to lower values temporarily to improve PvMP performance. Your settings will be restored when you leave the monster play areas. There are also two new checkboxes in the social options panel, which will allow you to suppress effects from showing up in the opponent vitals panel. These function the same as the ones that suppress effects in the group vitals, allowing you to suppress effects that are non-dispellable or effects that aren't cast by you. Checking these boxes may improve your performance in the thick of combat, so there's a lot of attention being paid to performance of the client in this one. And all housing neighborhoods now contain task boards. You can accept and complete every task in the game at these boards from your housing neighborhood. There's a whole bunch more stuff coming. The update just came out this past week, so hopefully we'll be able to get our own resident LotRO fanatic, Sampor Fazana, in there soon. Take a look at it. And that'll do it for this week's news, folks. There's actually a whole bunch more that we could have talked about. Everything from Elite Dangerous, Final Fantasy XIV got the Feast Season 1, WoW highlighted their new world quests, there's combat changes in LotRO, the Age of Conan got the Pitmaster update, the Division put out some numbers with a giant infographic, WildStar announced that faction barriers are dropping and race class combos are changing, and of course Blade and Soul started its PvP Season 1, so all of that news is down in the description below. Be sure to click through those links if you want to find out what you missed in the week that was, and as always, don't forget to follow us on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook at MMORPG.com without the dot, and if you're into that sort of thing, you can follow me on Twitter at @TheBillMurphy. Have a great weekend, folks, and remember, don't let a bad pug get you down.
Make sure to level up your MMO knowledge by visiting MMORPG.com, subscribing to our YouTube channel, and by following us on social media. To catch up on the week's biggest MMO news, watch our latest MMOFTW. And to see if there's a better MMO out there for you, watch one of our latest First Impressions videos. Thanks for watching.